Hello everybody, it's me Gregory, the Dragon King, and welcome to the Dragon's Den. I want to say thank you all for people that did watch. We appreciate if you subscribe and share and like the video, and tell everybody about the channel, because on this channel I'm doing things that are current that are funny, and just overall things that are going on, informative things that are going on in the social media space and reality, outside of social media. And I think I think that's important, because we need a balance. We need just people trying to do different things. And although reality is great, reality shows are great. It's an escapism. All the housewives shows, all that is a great escape, but sometimes we need to talk about some serious topics. So that's what I'm doing here. But tonight, this is all going to be both political and entertainment, and they're going to intertwine with, some of the stories are going to intertwine with each other. And I think you all will be impressed with what I have here today. So as we know, Janet Jackson, she's an icon. She's the legend. She is the blueprint. The girls, they a lot of them fashioned their whole thing behind Janet, her wardrobe, her style, all of that, right? So what we're looking at now is the Queen is apparently, and it happens to the best of everybody. And I'm one of those people. I believe that, and I'm a staunch fan of Janet Jackson. I would say I'm one of her Rhythm Nation warriors. If you understand the Rhythm Nation album and what that was all about, and the uniforms and all that song, you'll get it. The 1814, you'll get it, right? The 1814 album. So, but normally I'd be like, well, celebrities don't always have, should be given the leeway, and I believe that. But I also, because we're also enamored with our favorites, we want to believe that they're doing great things, and I believe people like Janet Jackson is doing great things all the time. I'm always be a fan, but it's just a story that I saw, and it's all alleged. We don't know how true it is, but I got the story from Radar Online. Radar Online says the story was by Ryan Newman at Radar Online. Says the title is Janet Jackson served legal papers in UK over alleged $200,000 debt to ex-business managers. I'm going to read it again. Janet Jackson served legal papers. She was served legal papers in the UK over alleged $200,000 debt to ex-business managers. So, let me get into it. And I'll give you summation afterward, and a little bit doing too. Janet Jackson was hit with legal paperwork demanding she respond in court to accusations she refused to pay a six-figure sum owed to her former business managers, according to what Radar Online has learned. According to court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, the debt collection company, Creditors Adjustment Bureau, has informed the court the entertainer was served on August the 2nd in the United Kingdom. So this was just fairly recent when she was served, right? Okay, put that up there. The company had been struggling to track down Jackson for months. Interesting. As we first reported, the Creditors Adjustment Bureau sued Jackson and several of her companies in January. The companies listed as defendants were Jackson's Black Dot Incorporated, Juggernaut Productions, Rhythm Nation, JDJ Entertainment, and Queendom Incorporated. Okay. In the lawsuit, Creditors Adjustment Bureau claimed Jackson failed to pay the business management firm Nigro, Carlin, Siegel, Fieldstein, and Bolno, a total of $238,593.88. The debt was then assigned to the Creditors Adjustment Bureau, which filed the lawsuit to collect. Creditors Adjustment Bureau said the amount was due on February 24th, 2021, but no payment was made. The company demanded Jackson pay the $230,000 balance plus 10% interest. Okay. Story goes on to say the Jackson companies deny all allegations of wrongdoing. The collection company accused Jackson of failing to respond personally, but her lawyer argued she had yet to be served despite her companies being served. Her lawyer, Ronald Richards, told the court she is a recording artist who resides in London, UK. He said Jackson has been living overseas on a work permit since March 2021. Her usual place of business in London, where she resides, the filing said. Jackson submitted her own declaration telling the court, I am a singer-songwriter. I work in London where I write my music and practice for various musical works. My usual place of business is in London, UK, where I reside. I'm raising a minor child in the UK and live with my child there. Now, the Creditors Adjustment Bureau said Jackson has been served and the case should move forward. The pop star demanded additional time to respond, which the company objected to. The company said Jackson had more than sufficient time to file and serve her response. Creditors Adjustment Bureau said Jackson's lawyer claimed the high holidays precluded him from locating an attorney in the United Kingdom to give him timely legal advice on the efficacy of the service on Jackson. The company said the claim is not only supported but completely and utterly unbelievable. Janet Jackson's counsel was unable to find a non-Jewish attorney in the entire United Kingdom to provide the requested advice as to her service. In Israel, maybe in the United Kingdom, highly unlikely, the lawyer representing the Creditors Adjustment Bureau wrote. Further, the company said glaringly absent from Jackson's motion was any declaration from the singer herself. Why would she do all that? You know, she's gonna do what the lawyer tells us to do. Who would do that for real? Nobody's gonna do that. As we previously reported, Jackson's lawyer. Despite the argument, the court sided with Jackson and granted her additional time to file her official response to the lawsuit. As we previously reported, Jackson's lawyer previously told Radar Online, this is Radar Online talking, we have been working with a distant former manager who referred a bill to collections that was resolved years ago due to some errors that were made with Mr. Jackson's account. You know, Mrs. Jackson, right? If the case was assigned for collection and they are suing as the assignee, they will be in for a big surprise as the claim is past the statute of limitations and was resolved years ago before the firm was bought out. So, according to all this about Miss Janet Jackson, she owes some money for in a sum of over $200,000. Different services that she's supposed to provide or whatever it is, and turns out that it was already resolved, unbeknownst to, I guess, the people that was the creditors. So, I mean, it's, you know, if she's already paid the debt, you know, before the company was bought out by somebody else, why would they still be trying to collect money? I mean, you know, this is all alleged, of course, but if she's, according to the lawyer, if she's already paid the money, what are they trying to do now? They're trying to get, maybe it's the interest that they're actually trying to get, knowing that they can't get the what you call it, the initial amount, not the interest. It's called the I forgot. It starts with a P. Not primary, but something to that effect. But that's what they know they won't be able to get that. So maybe they're just trying to get the interest off of it, the 10% of that money. So I don't know. I just feel like, you know, is this a money grab? We don't know. You know, did she pay the bill? We've never heard, to be fair to Janet Jackson, we've never heard of Janet not paying her bills. We've never heard of somebody trying to sue her for money, you know, and all the while. And trust me, her being a Jackson they would have definitely reported that. That's why I find it a little bit suspicious as to them coming after her now, because if Janet Jackson wasn't paying her bills, we'd have heard about the shit a long time ago. A long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I believe what's going on there. But, you guys be the judge. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Okay? On to our next story. We know that right now, I think this one was on the 8th of October, maybe a little bit earlier. It may have even been the 7th of October, 2023. Israel declared war. And, that whole thing with the Palestinians and Israelites, it's been going on for decades and decades and longer than that. I'm not the authority on it, but growing up as a child here in the States, there was always something going on in that region of the world. There was always something going on. Unfortunate, military action from both sides and this and that. And so, in my opinion, nobody wins when all of that and when life has been lost. Nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I'm not from that region. That is not my culture. But growing up, we always heard about it, and we really only got one side of the story all the time. You tend to wonder as you get older, is what we were being told. So you start doing your research, how both sides are feeling, and you get a better picture of what's really going on. So, but a lot of celebrities are speaking out. One in particular who's from the region, we know her as WonderWoman, the latest WonderWoman. She was in a movie with Ryan. I'll get into it. But so this story is from. Where is it from? Where did I get the story? Where did I get the story? Hold on, y'all. I gotta put it on pause. I will be right back. Let me get the rest of this information. Okay, so had to get us some information. The story is from Newsweek, right? Newsweek, and the story says Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot has spoken out about the ongoing conflict in her home country, Israel. On Saturday, Palestinian movement Hamas launched a surprise series of coordinated attacks on Israel, firing rockets from Gaza Strip as its fighters crossed over the border. Israel then carried out strikes on Gaza, which is controlled by Hamas, declaring that Israel was now at war. At least 490 Palestinians have been killed and 2,751 wounded since Israel launched its strikes on Gaza. The Israeli death toll stands at 700, with more than 1,000 wounded, according to Reuters. Gadot took to her Instagram to express her solidarity with Israel, where she served in the Israel Defense Forces under the country's compulsory military service laws. At least 250 Israelis have been murdered and dozens of women and children, elders held as hostages in Gaza by Palestinian military group Hamas. Gadot wrote on Sunday alongside a screenshot of a BBC story about the conflict. Starting early morning, more than 3,000 rockets were fired. Hamas is holding hostages, controlling bases and settlements in Israel. There have been more than 1,500 injured, and heavy fighting is still ongoing. Story goes on to say, I hear the voices and they are banging on the door. I am with my 2 little children. My heart is aching, praying for all those in pain. Newsweek contacted Gadot's representative by email for comment. Later that day, Gadot posted a picture of Star of David on a blue background with the words, "I stand with Israel." She captioned the post, "I stand with Israel, you should too. The word cannot sit on the fence when these horrific, the world cannot sit on the fence when these horrific acts of terror are happening." Godot also shared a fundraiser for people in Israel and encouraged people to donate. "Whoever can and willing to donate, these people's lives changed forever yesterday. They've lost so much and need help. Only if you can." Link the photo. So there's not a whole lot to read. It just goes on and it talks about if somebody is talking. Let me see, who is this? So it says it's just a really sad story, but it goes on to say something like, yeah, I can barely read this because it's just shocking. It's just really, really shocking. But MSNBC reporter Ayman Mohammed appeared on the network to give his take. So this is on CNN. And this gentleman said, he added that while there was an unilateral disengagement early in the century between Palestinians in Gaza and Israel, the absence of violence is not peace. If you do not have some kind of mechanism that delivers justice for Palestinians, you're never going to have peace in the region. That's what this is all about, Mo Yeldon said. So, I mean, she said her piece. You know what I'm saying? She, I think this gentleman on CNN, he's also, I believe he's Palestinian from that region, and it's really kind of depressing because you think that the world is, with everything that's going on, people understand it's time for us to kind of move on. We have to have this peace, but how can we look at it from the United States and say all that when we have so much division here? We've got so much division in this country, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. The race issue, politics, finances, it's a lot going on. So it's pretty much all over the place, but unfortunately, for other places, their civil war is still happening. Ours ended, 1864, 1865. So, but I mean, it still feels like that type of division that not what they're facing with, all of that with the military, but it just, hopefully they can find peace. Hopefully they can find peace. Okay, the next story we're doing. One of my favorite artists, and but I want to say sometimes when you owe people money, just pay them their damn money. But you wouldn't have to pay them money if you would have kept your mouth closed. If you would have just apologized. Could have saved yourself $4 million. Who am I talking about? Y'all already know. Tasha K. Tasha K, Tasha K, Tasha K. Now, according to, what is this called? Wrap Up, by the story about Malcolm Trapp. The story is titled, Tasha K still required to pay Cardi B $4 million after bankruptcy filing. Because there's supposed to be Tasha K was misinformed, whatever legal counsel she had, or got rid of. Either she decided to become her own lawyer, or she had the worst legal counsel again, because she was misinformed about what bankruptcy is and how the timeline was her problem, right? And legal documents obtained over the weekend, a Florida judge rejected Tasha K's pecuniary claim, upholding the $4 million settlement she owes to Cardi B. Okay? The ruling revealed that the blogger's debt is non-dischargeable. It's non-dischargeable. You can't put all that under bankruptcy because it's you know what I'm saying, that's a separate thing. You went through it. It's separate, right? even under her previously filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy early this year. Defendant does not appear to dispute that the awards in the amended defamation judgment made against her individually or jointly and severely are non-dischargeable, the New York rapper's lawyers share. The dispute originated in 2019 when Cardi sued the internet personality for defamation, as she should have, invasion of privacy, as she should have, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, as she should have, after she disseminated false accusations against the musician in several videos. Although unable to clear the multi-million-dollar settlement, uncertainties still loom over an additional. Now it's gonna be it's an extra 500,000. This is all according to wrap it up. It's all I'm gonna have to say alleged just because, but in punitive damages against Tasha's company, Kiwi Studios. The matter is slated to undergo further review in the Florida pretrial conference set for January 9th. Wow. Defendant asked for a new trial, saying that there was insufficient evidence for the jury verdict against her. But as she all but admits, she didn't make either of the required post-verdict motions in the district court. The appeal tribunal stated she never tells us where in the 5,500 page record the district court's alleged errors. She can't find it. She can't find it. It's 5,500 pages of this whole damn thing, and she can't find it. She can't find no errors because she ain't looking. And she's going with this whole, I'll tell y'all in a minute. Because Kiwi's brief falls well short of what we require, she has abandoned this argument. Of course she has. She ain't got no case. But run Cardi her money. Run it up. Previously, Tasha attempted to resolve the outstanding amount by proposing a payment plan. Hell no, it ain't a payment plan. Was it a payment plan when you was sitting there doing all that defamation? Inflicting emotional distress? Nah. You could have ruined Cardi, her life, her kids' life, all of that because you decided to get on some ridiculous ass agenda to try and destroy this woman. No, she didn't have to do that. I'm going to tell you why she did it too. This is my belief. However, the Bongos hitman rejected the offer, as you should. I'm glad Cardi did. Cardi argued that the blogger's own statements led to the sizable debt. Exactly. Defendant was given multiple opportunities to retract the false and defamatory. Yeah, all she had to do was apologize. I'm gonna take this shit down. She didn't think she thought Cardi B ain't been around that long, but Tasha K for some reason must have been drinking too much alcohol to think that Cardi didn't have the power, because Tasha K clearly didn't. She underestimated Cardi B in the fact that they were going to go after you for spreading these lies. It's ridiculous. Defendant was given multiple opportunities to retract false defamatory statements and video, but defendant steadfastly refused to do so, and she's still talking shit. Read Cardi's objection filed through her attorney per Hip Hop DX whatever. On a brighter note, the musician's Bongos collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion debuted at number 4 on Billboard's Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart in September. Okay. So, we got one more story to read, y'all. One more good one. I thought that was going to be loud. We got one more. Now, from Tasha K on Cardi B $4 million to Mia Thornton's husband ain't got a dime left in the bank probably, and she going after somebody with $4 million plus dollars. Let's get into it. According to page 6, Gordon Thornton, 71, claims he gave RHOP, Real Housewives of Potomac star Mia, 38, a hall pass to sleep with other men due to his age. Okay. So she was just there for aesthetics. She was just there for the decor, apparently. Gordon Thornton, the estranged husband of Real Housewives of Potomac star Mia Thornton, claims he gave her the green light to go sleep with other men to satisfy her needs. I know there's going to come a time when I probably won't be able to satisfy all of her needs, the 71-year-old who recently had prostate cancer surgery told TMZ in an interview published Sunday. Gordon further claimed to the outlet that he told his attorney, Rice 38, that she could find whatever she needed elsewhere. What really aggravates me through all this is him talking, Gordon Thornton, is that I've given her permission and yet she still chooses to sneak around. Well, okay. I don't, I'm not, I'm not straight and I don't have a wife. But I would assume that these men that she creeping around with, although you gave her permission, they might be better looking than you. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, they might have been some of your colleagues who always lusted after her, who always wanted her. Or it might be somebody you have a mutual acquaintance with who always lusted after her. So for you to for her sneaking around would probably been the best thing for you in your heart. Being as old as you are, that might have been the best thing for you not to see. I'm just saying that's the only reason I can come up with as to why she was sneaking around, because it was probably somebody that he knew, came across, had a business partnership with at some point, because why else would she be sneaking them around? That's just my opinion. What really aggravates me through all this, I give her permission and she still stick around, chooses to lie, chooses to continually change the story about what's going on and why she's leaving me. Well, again, like I said, she is probably leaving you because she's been messing around with one of your partners, one of your associates, somebody that you had some business dealing with, or something similar to it. So really she's sparing you. I wouldn't ask questions. Let her sneak around because she's probably hiding with somebody who she don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? She's probably been doing it for a while. And when you gave her that pass, I wouldn't push the issue, Gordon. I would not push this issue because you may find out there's one of your homies that she effing around with. Okay, as page 6 previously reported, the ex is split in September after 11 years of marriage. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Gordon allegedly asked the Real Housewives of Potomac star, whom he shares 2 children with, not to sneak around or involve their kids in her extramarital affairs. Okay, they share a son, Jeremiah, 7, a daughter, Juliana, 5, both Mia and Gordon, who wed in 2012, also have a child from previous relationships. Okay. While Gordon may have been sympathetic to Mia's needs, he told TMZ that he had asked her not to give him a reason to question her honesty and to keep the kids out of it. Again, she is probably more than likely, my intuition is telling me that your ex-wife Mia Thornton was cheating around with one of your boyfriends. I don't know, who knows what's going on. She was cheating around with one of your homies, one of your friends, one of your associates, business partners, who, if you were to find out, it would be the most disgraceful thing ever. They trying to keep it on the low. So if I was you, Gordon, I wouldn't push it because you may find out exactly what you don't want to find out. I said she could see someone, just don't make it public. Okay. Be careful and don't involve the kids. Well, she's still sneaking around and thinking that I didn't know. Again, this is somebody, she's sneaking around because it's somebody that you know. And as far as making it public, Mia is a beautiful woman, regardless of her whatever, accentuated things she's done to herself. It's going to be hard not to not be in public. Too many people know her. But yeah, she's probably around somebody that you know, brother. She's probably because those people are the same people who have access to money. And she probably met them through you because you have access to money. So I wouldn't push it. I'd leave that alone. Despite his request, the businessman allegedly found Mia being dishonest about another man she was seeing. Gordon alleged that he found records of phone calls between Mia and her alleged new partner at 2 o'clock in the morning. And when the businessman was away from home, I knew what was going on. He said, since they're split, Gordon alleged that Mia has upgraded. Okay, first of all, you don't give this woman a green light, a pass, to have extra, intimate affairs, as long as she didn't make it public. I mean, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't get. This is what's going to happen. You gave her permission. You gave her a pass to go and do this stuff. I mean, it's just like, when you as soon as you put the stamp on approval to go out and have sexual affairs with these people, men, women, whoever it is, you lost all rights to know, in my opinion, to know what she's doing. You gave her that access. You gave her that green light, so you had lost all. You lost all rights to know what my wife is doing and who she doing it with. When you did that, that's just my opinion. I don't know why you thought she was gonna be something different going on. Like, like she was gonna honor. What she was gonna honor that? Whatever. Since they're split, Gordon alleged that Mia has upgraded to another man who has access to funds. Yeah, of course, money that he no longer has. I absolutely believe her leaving me now is tied to the fact that I don't have access to assets and my funds are limited at this point in time. The dad of three claimed, well, I mean, if that's how y'all got married, you lose them how you found them. You know what I'm saying? She was in, what type of club was she in? Dinner and a movie, Netflix and chill in public, or what was it? What was it? What is it? Supper club, yeah. Well, so the couple announced they were divorcing last month after 11 years of marriage. Mia has allegedly voiced to her estranged husband that she and an unidentified man are buying a house together. Ooh, that's a slap in the face there. Slap in the face. And planning on growing a business together. However, he claimed to the outlet that the reality star's romance is based on monetary gain from the relationship. So what? I mean, but at least the dude she with now, he knows that. So if something happened, he lose his money, have to file bankruptcy Chapter 11 like Tasha K. He already know the deal. I absolutely believe that she's leaving me because she sees an upgrade. Of course she did. You know what I'm saying? My desire is to never ever be associated with her again beyond our co-parenting situation. If we end up getting back together, see, he already playing. He already playing in his face. Now he went from my desire to never be associated with her again outside, but he said if we end up back together. See, he playing with himself. His emotion. You don't went on TMZ. You don't went on all these platforms and saying all that stuff, and here you are talking about if we get back together. You don't believe what you're saying anyway about splitting with this woman. You don't believe it because you just said that. It will only truly be for some advantage for the kids. It wouldn't be for love. Yeah, right. Please. That woman going to have you crying. And I'm surprised you ain't using Viagra. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know. It ain't making sense, brother. You got to make it. It ain't making sense. You got to make it make sense. Okay, everybody. So, but before I move on, I want to say something about Tasha K. Tasha K, she had mentioned on what is it called? Some podcast she went on talking to some Caucasian guy. I don't know, not sure what it was. What was it? I don't know. I can't even. I don't know the name. So she basically said it's a colorist thing between her and Cardi. That's why Cardi don't like her. She's trying to spin that narrative in reverse. Now you got a problem with her because she, you found somebody who had these false allegations. You wanted Cardi to rebuttal, and she didn't because she didn't have to because she knew that girl for 5 minutes, but the girl's acting like she knew her for 5 years and some change. And you didn't check your facts. I bet you didn't check your facts. What you should. Oh yeah, and by the way, y'all, she had a witch on her show. Shout out to the witch who was on her show. I don't know her name, but I mean, is Tasha K trying to put a hex on Cardi? I don't know. I ain't gonna spread that rumor. But it real convenient. You know what I'm saying? It's very convenient that she would have on the show going through all this shit. I'm But it's not a colorist thing. I think, and this is my opinion. And this is my opinion. 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 With the amount of vitriol, with the amount of velocity, with the amount of hate and this persistence to try and destroy Cardi with interviews and false allegations even after the trial, you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me, you won't convince me, you can't persuade me, you can't put nothing over my head, no hex, no magic spell, no. You cannot convince me that somebody in the record industry who has beef with Cardi was not funding, was not behind Tasha K's whole fueling of this, maybe promising her that she gonna do something for her, or she ain't gonna do nothing. She, everything's gonna be okay. I got your back, but I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I need you to really, really get into this. And of course, Tasha K, being the thirsty wino that she is, she took it hook, line, and sinker. But the only person that got reeled in from the water onto the boat, onto the fishmonger, and cut up and done up is you, Tasha K. Okay? It backfired. That's all it was. It backfired. But you can't tell me that that person in the industry that Cardi is in was not fueling this whole attack. You ain't gonna never convince me. So don't even try. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody watching the videos. I hope I'm bringing you guys something different, something informative, something funny, something not funny. It's important that we have a balance. Reality shows are great, but it's important we have a balance. There is real shit going on out here in this world outside of the reality shows. That it is real shit out here. And I think that we, as YouTubers, you can do what you want, but I think we have a responsibility to be fair and balanced. That's the only way, we can do what we do and do it successfully, because we have to have a balance. Can't everything to be about the reality show. It just can't. A lot of people do good, and I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just simply saying there needs to be a balance. If not for your audience, definitely for yourself. Okay? So thank you all for coming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. And I am Gregory. This is the Dragon's Den. I am Gregory. I am Gregory, the Dragon King. And thank you for coming to the Dragon's Den. Bye-bye.